Guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Welcome everybody to another Sunday edition of It's Drunken Chat, son. We are doing this on Sunday, trying to take advantage of this might be one of the last few weeks we can do it before football season starts, and y'all actually might get pissed off. So we're gonna freaking get right into it. No news. None of that, unless you guys want to talk about it. If there's anything that you want to ask questions about, absolutely freaking put it in the freaking chat. Otherwise, we are going to get right into these freaking books for the week, starting with some of the FOC stuff. First up, we're going to go with some of the number ones that are on the thing this week. Deadpool versus, or actually not versus, just Deadpool, Batman issue number 1. There's quite a few covers going on with this one. It's going to be interesting because there's going to be some blind bags to go along with this. So you can either just go for the single issues that you want, or you can try and try your hand at getting some of these blind bags. It seems like it's going to be here to stay in 2025. But you know what? I'm not mad at it, man. It's a little bit more different than trying to mess around with these incentives. It is like 1/1000. But nobody actually has it except for like the big freaking stores, and I've got all types of things to talk about that when I have somebody else to talk about this, but that's a little thing. So here we go. Greg Capullo looks like it's going to be the cover A, but it's also got that black and white joint that's going on. There's a negative variant. Scotty Young also has a great one. The Art Germ has one that's going to be an incentive. That one's going to be good. There's also a Thanos homage, that one Batman. That one's done by Greg Capullo. Nice ones. Actually, J. Scott Campbell's. I think that might be a good one to have as well. And of course, Frank Miller, he's pitching in and on guard duty. So there's quite a few of these. I forget $6.99. $6.99, and you got a 1/1000 and 1/500. That's going to be quite a penny for some of these freaking stores. But hey, if they want to go for it, let them go for it. I think I'm going to just stay with the blind bag. Yep. Also, there is a Jorhiro joint out there, and a Saribik, and a Peach Momoko. Of course, she's going in there, but it looks like the prize out there might be the Pepe Larraz. I just don't have the art for that yet, but as soon as I get out, either Chris or myself will put it on our Instagrams. So stay put with that one. Dark Horse has a new number 1 issue, Power number 1. This one is by Brian Bendis, and of course, you always hear me say, "Hey, do not underestimate what Brian Bendis can do with a new character." He's got several characters that are even in video games or in freaking movies, so don't freaking underestimate that dude. But it's called Power 25, issue number 1. There's cover A by OME. The David Mack looks actually pretty good, but that other one, that cover D, looks actually pretty good. Nocturnals and Sinister Path. There's actually also going to be a Halloween version of this one. So I'm not, this one will probably come up before the Halloween version, so stay put on that one. So it's called Nocturnals, Sinister Path, number 1. It looks pretty good. Then I'm definitely going to have to try and turn in to read this one. The problem is there's way too many freaking covers, but I do like the 1 in 10. Here's the deal. It's not just a 1 in 10 cover book. It's 1 in 10 posters. So I guess we're doing that sense of posters now, which is kind of wild. But yeah, it's called Murder Podcast number 1. You can only guess what it's actually about. There's 1 in 5, which actually looks pretty good too. And there's the Ignition Launch Party freaking set that's out there as well. But it looks like something that I would actually read. Magic the Gathering number 1, stay with Dark Horse. They've got a new one. It's called Magic the Gathering Untold Stories. The cover I have up, which was the best one, is the Elspeth cover A, the Owen Genie. Then Spider-Man 94, which would be interesting if they did an animation variant of this one, or redid this one on Hulu or whatever. I like the Ricky Yagawa. I like the action figure joint as well. I also like the Marvel animation, but they're all pretty good. But the Greg Land local comic book shop day might be something to keep an eye out on. It's not called Malcolm Comics. Excuse me, Ahoy Comics. They've got one called Bullet Adventures, written by Jordan Alaska, art by Lara Kane, and cover art by Nicholas Carrizo. Um, Slut says, on the eve of his death, elderly Dale D'Souza is sent back to his time in the Silver Age period when he was the speedster superhero Bullet. At the age of time travel, he faces off one of his earliest adversaries and searches for a way to return to his own time. Bullet versus Leopard Gecko. Then Mega Man ZM Timeline is number one. This one is a one shot. The one I have up here is a 1 of 5. Hey, what's going on, Derek? Hey, what's going on, Spidey Hunter? What's going about to walk into the crib to join you? Absolutely. We're talking about Spider-Man yet, right? Nope, absolutely haven't talked about anything except for the books yet. But once again, once you come on, we can talk about anything you like. Vampire up right next, Antarctic Press, Vampire Ninja on a course on the Hacken. Cover C by Ben Dunn. Looks really pretty good. Then Imperial Wars Exiles number one. The one I have up here is the Ricky Yagawa variant, and also there's a 1/100 by Alex Ross with Charles Xavier. Siki number one. This one is by I forget which I forget which publisher this one is by, but Ziki. It looks like it's a Zelda homage. Uh, it's Jeff and other Marvel Tales. This Jihuru cover looks amazing. Um, but what caught my attention is that it did say, want to miss out on let us chance to see your favorite, not so furry friends of the Marvel Universe, and maybe find some new ones, which indicates to me that there may be some first appearances here. Hey, Mojo Kid, what's going on? He said, did I catch the Figma IPO this week? No, I did not. Tell me what's Figma. Let me know what's Figma. Know what's up with that. Then Artillery Weapons of Art, number one by Invader Comics, looks pretty good already. Written by Jimmy Robinson, also drawn by Jimmy Robinson. Awesome freaking cover to start out. Then The Invisible Man. People have been loving these monster stories and everything, especially when it has a Mark Spears art. But this one doesn't have any Mark Spears art. It does, however, have a 175 by Alex Ross and a 125 by Josh Middleton, which absolutely looks pretty good. Where they went wrong is they made the incentives kind of too high, so I can't mess with them. I'll just keep them on the flip side and hope somebody gets them. And then there's also a 1/100 by Christian Ward, which is also going to be a foil. Then Black Demon Tail Descent, written by Ronnie Mandrano and cover art by Armando Zonker. Don't forget that this is like I think the third or fourth installment, and the first installment has already been turned into a movie. So this it's already a franchise. Can't deny it. In fact, I think they were all already trying to shoot Descent, Black Demon Tail Descent number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Black Descent number 1 was great. They probably need a little bit more star power to get catch people onto this, but they're out of all of the entities. They've actually said, "Hey, we are going to do this," and they've actually did it. So they've got my trust so far. Mojo Quest said it is a web developer that Adobe tried to buy a while ago. Went public Thursday. The IPO was $33, and it opened for trading at over 90. All right, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Called Figma. Gotchman, Joe Bloodlines number 1. This one is a cover B by Francesco Tomaselli. Looks like a homage to G.I. Joe. In fact, it says Gotchman Joe. So definitely a homage. Then Black Diamond #1, another great freaking indie. This one is the indie is called Panic. Um, don't know what's going on here. I do want to know what's going on here. This was one I'm going to definitely end up worrying. Written by Brendan Columbus and cover art Ben Templesmith. Definitely a friend of Comic Crusader from back in the day. Then Kaiju Cooking Legendary Collection by publisher Antarctic Press. And the cover that I have up here is actually a Lunar exclusive. Matt Cave has the Red Vector coming up. Looks like it's a homage to Star Wars. The art that I have up here is by Megan Hetrick. All right, that was the end of the #1s that came to my mind. Now we're going to go into some of the later prints, just a couple. Ghost Pepper. Oh, there he is. What's going on? The man, the legend, Spidey Hunter, freaking finally making it. I
Nah,
rock
I told you
out, man.
the minute you switched to that new thing, it was I couldn't do it. But the StreamYard, I was able to do it.
Yeah. All right. All right. It's good to have you. Good to have you, man.
Yeah.
So far we're I'm breaking up the breaking up some of these different categories,
Okay.
so probably understand what I'm coming. I just went through the #1s. A lot of great freaking indies out there
I
that I think that's
I
going to have. We'll see.
I definitely caught you talking about a couple. The indie one with the the name is drawing a blank on me right now. But you just were talking about it. You said it sounded like it's a good read. It was right before you did Spider Man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, look, man, freaking indies are coming out, and this is their freaking time, man, because the big three, they're sleeping. Marvel's trying to come back. DC has had a good freaking 2 months so far, man. But indies, this is their freaking time. The only problem with indies right now is there may not be enough money to go around to actually pay for some of their projects. That's the only
Okay.
thing. So these are grab them and hold them for 10 years. And that's not just me being bullshitting. It's because by the time the money gets released, and for stuff to go to get accepted and go in production, that's the timeline. Because I've talked about the way the union strikes went down and all the other stuff. So the time to make a movie has a lot more now. Except for if you got the money to pay all these people, like DC, Warner Brothers and Disney does. So it's going to be interesting. But what's the other ones? Bloomhouse has a lot of money, a lot of fucking money, and A24, a lot of fucking money right now. So they're freaking rolling, and they just keep pumping shit out. So if you're a comic creator out there and you want your shit to get to, you better fucking start hobnobbing with A24 and Bloomhouse because they are freaking rolling right now. Prodigal Son, this one is a favorite of Mel right now. He's been all over #1. He's like, hey, if we can keep an eye on this one is that second print right now. All right, so these are some of the comics that we kind of forgot, or we probably should just keep reading just to figure out what the heck is going on. Um, all new Harbinger by Valiant. People forgot that Valiant, excuse me, that Valiant is a thing. But yeah, they just said, hey, we're freaking done, and they're freaking staying with it. But hey, they got this Valiant Beyond to keep going. Some of the covers look okay. Monstrous. People forget how Monstrous was hot like 10 years ago, man. But it's still in there. There's going to be at Monstrous #59. It looks totally different from what it used to be from back in the freaking day. And then Power Rangers Prime. People forget like how hot Power Rangers was just a few years ago, man. But they're still doing their thing. They're still freaking rolling. I do understand that that last movie, absolutely freaking jacked up the franchise, and people do not want to fuck with it. But in the comics, they're still rolling. They're still fighting through it. They're still trying to do the diversity thing, which kind of makes sense because they're aliens and all those other stuff. But they're still pushing through. But the reason why I wanted to make sure that this was on top of people's minds is because there is a new Black Ranger that's supposed to be in the first appearance, and this one for Power Rangers Prime #10. And then there he is right there on the cover for the limited variant by Torrin Clark. Um, Pale Knight #4 absolutely freaking looks great to me. Written by Peter Milligan. Once again, anything about viruses or plagues, man, I'm all over, man, because it's either plagues or zombies for me. I just love that stuff. So that's one. But this one is made in set in like 1342, but it's about a plague maiden who's doomed to death's work, yet unable to die herself. Um, so there's all types of weird. So she's death, but she's not death. She's working for death, and it's in the middle of a plague. So it's some good stuff, man. Then don't forget, keep forgetting Gwenpool, man. I mean, Gwenpool's still out there. They're still trying to make her a thing. Um, this one I pulled out because it says the greatest architect's secret identity revealed. So they are trying to. So there is a kind of a new first character, but they're kind of going to reveal who it is in this one. So maybe an old character or maybe a new character. We don't know. So this is one I'm going to keep an eye out on. And then people keep forgetting about Star Wars, man. um, Han Solo out there doing good stuff, but the reason why I pulled this out is because Dan Panosian, man. There's Mark Spears, right? I'm talking about the new crew guys. There's Mark Spears and Dan Panosian. He's been turning them some freaking work.
But do you see that the Anakin cover? That shit is the
The Anakin
anniversary
cover,
cover.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's absolutely
that's
fucking fantastic. Yeah,
that's a good one. People
cannot
haven't been
forget
buying
about
Star Wars anyway.
See, that's what I'm saying, and people need to. I know the rest of the crowd has forgotten about Star Wars, but this is the time because a lot of stuff is freaking cheap, man. Even and I've been haggling, I've been haggling with people over that Japanese joint that you had to go to Japan, you had to go to that Comic Con for,
Oh yeah,
because they've literally said, hey, this is going to be a project that it's going to be on Disney Plus, and it is not getting the respect. It's got all new first appearances and people
yeah.
have disrespect. But I'm trying to use the disrespect for Star Wars to try to get in there and try and get it at a good price. So we'll see, because a lot of them are from like still in Japan, anyways. Actually, that probably should have been in the sci-fi. But speaking of Star Wars and first appearances, this one is Star Wars Tales from the Highland. This is going to be issue number one. It's going to be introducing the Nightlander, a Star Wars boogeyman designed by Ian McCraig. There's also a freaking Villa cover, but I think the one that's going to stick in people's mind is going to be this one. It just looks freaking amazing. And then Star Trek Lower Decks number one. The disrespect to Star Trek is absolutely freaking crazy because you've got several projects. You've got Star Trek, you've got Star Trek The Next Beyond, you've got the Lower Decks all happening at the same time, plus another movie that's coming out on top of that. And people are like, fuck Star Trek. Okay. It's crazy. It's because this is, if you wanted to get in on something cheap, why wouldn't you freaking get on Star Trek cheap? Especially like the number one issue. The first Star Trek issue is like $100.
The thing is,
I don't,
the thing is though, I think with all of these recent Star Wars books, Star Trek books, is that the things that pull people to buy them or make the book blow up recently have been the ones that are all like nostalgia covers, where it's like a Klingon, Brother Man, or it's like Patrick, uh, you know,
yeah.
Professor X. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they have those 1 in 10 or those 1 in 20, well, them should sell out and they hit the like I don't think anybody fully rocking with it unless it has a resale that pulls people to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I do think it was kind of cool when like it was a couple years ago when Star Trek blew up out of nowhere, man. But I think also they deserve what they're getting right now because if we're telling you we want to see a particular character, don't wait to put the character as some bullshit, right? Um, like all the bad Sith guys, and they're putting them in times that they don't freaking belong. We've been waiting for Doctor Aphra forever, for fucking
Dr.
ever.
Afra's never coming. She's never coming.
Yeah.
That,
So
that was a layup. That was a layup. Kathleen
yeah,
Kennedy, if they wanted to do a woman, if they wanted to do something that the fans actually really supported, They should have just did a Dr. Aphra
In
show.
fact, let
Skipped
me
all
let me
that
write that.
acting shit.
Kathleen, shit. In fact, let me write that down, man, so I can go ahead and pick me up a couple of copies on a freaking cheap, man, because disrespect. Godzilla number 4. Excuse me, Godzilla here. There would be aliens number 4. This one, the Godzilla franchise is interesting because there was a Godzilla comic book that did blow up, but the problem is that's not the first appearance of Godzilla in the comic books, and it just kind of went away. People were just like, oh yeah, fuck Godzilla. It was weird, man. But yeah, freaking, I do like this Feral Pay cover. It's pretty good. But then staying on Godzilla with this Kai Sarah era joint by IDW, I can tell you I've read at least the first and second issue. It was terrible.
Hmm.
Um, didn't freaking catch me at all. Didn't freaking like it. Was freaking nah. Then there's a new series that's out there. It's called The Future is Fucked. Um, it's looks pretty freaking interesting. I forget what it's about, but it is a sci-fi joint. And then here we go. This is something that people would probably want to freaking end up reading. Knights of Ren return with a new leader, Tava Ren, and Legacy of Vader number 8. So I've heard several people that are very interested in the whole Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren thing. Um, as far as when they're coming, 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 I don't know, but definitely people are definitely interested in reading them because they just look cool. Look, they just look cool. It's not like, but now you're telling me there's a new Knight of Ren in this freaking book. We'll see. We'll see if people catch on to that one. And then I forget what the name of this shit is. Fuck, and I don't even have the title here. But it is written by Mark Russell and Chris. Oh, Proof of Life is what it's called. Um, it's about a robot who is accused of being alive and put on trial. If it is found to be alive, it's going to be destroyed. But the question is, what proves you're alive? If the only way to prove that you're alive is that because they have this weird rule. Are you alive? Right? The only way to prove that you're alive is that you want to be alive, right? But if he defends himself, that means he wants to be alive, which means he's alive, so meaning he has to be killed. So it's a weird conundrum.
I'm confused.
This cover just looks cool. Star Wars Hyperbase Stories, Codebreaker issue number 3. The cover's by Diego Galindo. All right, this is where I start getting into the good, the bad, the ugly. Starting with the bad, some of this stuff was just either the art was freaking terrible, or it was an incentive or a high incentive that the art just didn't want it being a freaking being there. Or did I start with the good? Hold up, I don't want to start with the good. I'm gonna start with the bad. Let's start with bad. Where is there we go. Here we go. Starting out with the bad. Um, it's not bad art by itself, but you're telling me this is a 1 in 25 by Simone DeMille, who is a very talented artist. Keep that in mind. I just don't understand why this is a 1 in 25. Right, this is going to be one of those that's going to end up being in the clearance rack years from now from this, or a few months from now from the distributors. Don't understand what they're trying to tell me here. Then the Invisible Man. Once again, not bad art, but this is a 150 by Rosemary Valero. I don't freaking get it. I like the Invisible Man. I like the art. I just don't think it's worth a 150. Then Gehenna Naked Aggression issue number 3, the Rifleman Polybagged. Actually, I don't think this was supposed to be bad. I think, and I'm actually wondering if her chest is going to be covered up on this one. But put that out there. Pablo Phoenix says, "Thanks for the FOC vid. Are you also going to go over Ignition Press Murder Podcast being individually numbered?" I did not know that. I think I heard about some book being individually numbered. I did not hear about Murder Podcast being. Hey, wait, Pablo Phoenix is Pablo? Are you the writer of because I think I've ran into a Pablo before. Um, then this one is 1 of 10 by Jen McCrea. Superman number 29, Tula Lotte cardstock. This is supposed to be Lois Lane. Got it. I love Tula Lotte's art. Great. But usually Tula Lotte is a little freaking charged up, right? A lot less clothes on here, right? But I guess you wanted to do the whole, hey, she's a journalist, she's supposed to be respected. I get that context. But
She
what
kept it plain
journalist,
and simple.
yeah, but what journalist is out there writing on a fucking notepad still? I don't get it. She
April
got a
O'Neil.
she got a book open and shit. Like what? Like how do you have a book open and a notepad and you got a laptop?
Yeah,
Pick
that's
one. You might have a notepad. You might have your laptop and your phone and your recorder. That's usually what I see journalists with. But you
nah.
got a
Truthfully,
notepad.
you have the laptop with multiple tabs open.
Shit. Lucas wanted Nika Lois. I wanted a Tula Lotte Lois. Let's put it like that. Then I Tyrant issue number 2. Why is this a 1 in 100? Don't know who Godfar is. Don't know who any of these characters are yet because I haven't gotten to it. But this one is supposed to be a 1 in 100. This makes me not want to buy another fucking issue. To me, Scott shit is a might as well just made it to a Motorola flip. What's going on, Wookie? Harley Quinn issue number 53. I'm not sure exactly what they're going for here because you got Whirlwind, you got the freaking bat and everything, whatever. But her face is just so jacked up. Just so jacked up. Don't know what the fuck is going on. Yo, now you know why Joker hasn't put a ring on it yet because it's like, I don't know, man.
He probably did that to her face.
Shit. Flash 34, Mahmoud Azrar, cardstock. Once again, I'm jumping on these fucking Flash girls because like, what are we going for here? Why is he shoving his hips and crotch in my face in this fucking piece, man? Like, I get it. It's supposed to be like, hey, he's freaking
It looked like
speedster,
he's
but
sliding.
yeah, he's supposed to be sliding, but he doesn't. It just looks like there's a whole bunch of glowy shit around him, and he's just shoving his crotch in my face. I don't appreciate that, Mahmoud. I don't
You
appreciate
need
that
a
at
little
all.
more
Fuck
than
you.
just motion lines at the top. There needs to be some type of something there within the
It needs to
perspective.
be, yeah. Speed is distance over time.
It looked good though with the colors and shit.
The colors look amazing. The colors look amazing, man. Just do it some other way instead of having to do
Yeah.
Jevis Cherry. um, this one is it's a 1 in 25 by Raleigh Rosmo for Absolute Martian Manhunter number 6. I don't think this one is 1 in 25. I what I'm trying to push here is I want to make these incentives special again, right? You got a 1 in 25, 1 in 50. The art better be fucking amazing. Then the Ancestral Recall call number 2. Um, I stuck it here because I don't know what the story is about. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this freaking cover. Um, it looks like the artist might be talented, maybe. It's just that I don't I don't know what's going on here. I want to cover to let me figure out what the heck is going on in books and make me want to read a book. This ain't it. Green Arrow number 27. This one is a Torrin Clark. I didn't know what was going on here. I didn't know whether that was Catwoman on the freaking cover or I was like, oh okay, so it's Green Arrow, and then there's the girl in the corner or in the doorway. I'm not sure what's going on here. Just too much going on here and not enough context to make me say, okay, what the fuck? And then and it says Arsenal lost. It's like, no, she's not. She's right there in the fucking doorway. I don't fucking get it. And then even worse for Absolute Martian Manhunter number 6. This one is a 1 in 50. Batman number 1. This one is a 1 in 25 by Andy Kubert. And once again, still staying with these terrible incentives. 150, David Aja. Just my dude, just
I like
want to
that
see.
cover, but it's not 1 in 50 though.
Yeah, because you're gonna spend $100 for this. They're trying to make you spend $100 for this. Think about that.
If it was
At the very minimum.
125, yeah.
Okay, so let me. These are the ugly covers, and let me clarify. Ugly doesn't mean that it's a terrible cover. It just might mean, hey, if you were walking down in a freaking on a street, in a dark street, would you cross the other fucking side? Would you cross the other side of the fucking street for that motherfucker? Right? It's good. It's good internally, but you might cross the other fucking line. So for those that have actually watched Good, Bad, and Ugly, know what I'm talking about. All right, starting with Hello Darkness number one. Excuse me, Hello Darkness number 14. My favorite was the 1 in 20 by Puebla. Love it. Just having a freaking martini that's got a an eyeball as a freaking eyeglass. And let me tell you, man, Miguel Mercado is not bad at either. The Jenny Frizen still freaking banging. Most of the art was just absolutely freaking fantastic on this one. And then the Ultimate X-Men number 19. I love the Nogi-san on this one. There was a piece. There was actually a couple of Peach Momokos on there, and then the Stephanie Hans. Been seeing a lot more covers from Stephanie Hans on this one. I Tyrant number 2 did ring it back a little bit. I do think this is okay. It does seem a little special. That's 1 of 50 by Ryan Gaja. So after two terrible covers, yep, he got me on this one. Then the all new Venom number 10, Ed Curry, 1 in 50 though. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't put this in the bad, but it's all right. 1 in 50 on Decatur Curry. Let her have this one. Not quite sure why she's rubbing him on his freaking leg like that, but all right.
That's her
Uh,
leg.
uh, uh, it's her. It's technically her leg, but uh. And then he's got his tongue sticking out, and it's got me thinking bad things, man. But in the meantime, there's also 100 by Alex Ross that not only has Dagger, but also has shit. It's Dagger and what the fuck is her name? Not Diamond. I still think I forget what the fuck her name is, which is crazy because I just played them on freaking Marvel Rivals like last week. I do like this one. This one does kind of look good. Dark Regards number 4, 1 in 20 by Brian Levo. This one is an album variant, which I think means it comes with an album. Um, Good use of the darkness against the color. Cloak and Dagger. There you go. There you go. And I was saying Dagger, wasn't so his name was Cloak. All right. Absolute Wonder number, excuse me, Absolute Wonder Woman number 11, cover A by Hayden Sherman. Green Lantern Dark. Absolute
Fuck.
terrifying faces. Really kind of crazy, but I kind of like this. What were you saying, Spidey?
No, I was like, that looks good. It looks like it's a Halloween cover.
Yeah, it does, right? Definitely great use of the freaking coloring, except with the background. This one is absolutely fucking terrifying. Fucking Green Lantern Dark, issue number 6. Mothman on the freaking cover. Yeah, I gotta buy it. I gotta fucking figure out what the fuck is going on. Superman number 29, cover C by Ariel Olivetti. Don't know quite who this dude is that
Who's he
Superman's
fighting?
fighting, but fuck it. Yeah, it's got me interested in it. Terrifying. Now, I've always seen those memes like, hey, freaking Superman's coming to fucking kill you. Who you going to fucking call up? Well, this one looks good. Is it a 1 in 25? No, not necessary, but it's still good enough that I kind of like it. Especially they got it in the context of the movie that just came out, what, 2, 3 weeks ago, where he's just fucking getting ready to fuck Lex up over the fucking dog. Um, Herculoids, number 7,
Ooh,
Great Bjorn Baron's freaking cover.
that looks good.
Now, Diamond, you're fucking up, right? Because you've got too many covers. There's too many. There's a black and white version of there. There's probably a red. There's going to be a fucking foil for all this shit, man. It's great. It's great freaking art. And I normally would buy this shit, but you got too many other fucking covers going on. The tentacle teeth looks freaking great. This is another Bjorn Barons. However, this one is a 1 in 15 version of this one. For Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness. And then Mark Spears Monsters, number 7, The Headless Horseman. Great, good. I mean, just I forget when does this come out in September? Probably, probably just in time for Halloween. That's why all the stuff looks like Halloween covers.
That looks good.
And then staying with the Monsters, number 7. This one is a 1 in 25 though. That's my famous monsters on film and homage. Frank. Then I forget which one. Is this homage to Halloween? I forget. But it looks that's a fucking great fucking cover though. Then a story. This one is a book that I love the concept. I just haven't actually gotten to actually read it yet. News from Fallout number 3. One of the most terrifying things that could happen into your lifetime is you get caught in nuclear fallout. Cover B, Andrew McCallan or McLean. Sleep by Image. Scorched number 44. My dude just got done beating a whole bunch of fucking demons and shit. That one's by Bjorn Barons. Doc Strange number 450. Nightmare Riding a Horse. This one is a 1 of 50. Probably could have taken the trade dress off this one. Still going with horror, man. Freaking enclosed spaces. I know a lot of people that are afraid of that shit. Lauren Kinney, Wolverine number 10. Lena Casagrande. Derek even talking about that Herculoids, talking about regular virgin foil emboss, UV red, chromium virgin foil with blood in the ink. Magic number 9. I do like this Pablo Villalobos. Not sure who the big bad monster is. But there also is a 1 in 10. 1 in 100. Alex Ross, Timeless Virgin. Moon Knight, Fist of the Khonshu. David Parator looks fucking amazing. Kind of gets disrespected, but you know what? A classic. If you were going to tell me, hey, this one was a classic years from now, but once again, a lot of people owe money. That Jorge Fornest for issue number 12 looks fucking amazing. And Wolverine. I think this is a 150. Just him, just from like when he first got out. Yeah. All right, let's go with. Now we're going to get to some of the good ones. Oh, fuck. I fucked this one up. Hello, Darkness, number 14. I will try and pull this one up later. The Wayshack is fucking terrifying, but it's pretty good. Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness, number 5. Cover D by Nicole Jelinek. Bondage cover of the week. Greg Land still trying to pull it down, but unfortunately, this is for Diamond with Sonja Reborn, issue number 1. Not sure why she pulled a taxi up to a dinosaur, but all right, girl. This one looks good. Mark Spears, Monsters number 7, the Hexy the Witch, JSA Classified number 1 homage. And then Josh Middleton throwing in his bones on Sonja Reborn. Fan Yang Rogue Virgin number 1 in 50 for Uncanny X-Men. Now there's also Rian Gonzalez. This actually looks pretty good as well. And that Alex Ross Timeless. shitload of covers for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 11. Shitload of fucking covers, and I'm not gonna go over it because we literally did this last week. So they moved the FOC to this week, even though we already covered this last week. So we're not gonna go over it again. But there is a first appearance of Simbi or something like that. That little annoying joint, but it's not necessarily in this one. It's in another. Oh, actually, yeah, that Pepe Larraz was the one that
Nah,
we
it's
covered
right
last
there.
week.
It's the new suit, and it's the one next to Cindy. It's
Yeah.
the look ahead one, those characters and stuff on there. So there's a couple of first appearances, but that Simbi solo cover is
hmm Avengers number 30. There's a piece from Moko that looks pretty good. All new Venom number 10. I think, yeah, we already covered this one with the Alex Ross with the Cloak and Dagger. Thanks, Mojo Quid. Lauren Kinney, Wolverine number 10, the Franny variant, which is a 1 in 25. Trying to think, is that Al Saber Noor or Al Saber the new guy, or not sure who the fuck that is.
I have no clue.
Stitch number 1. This one is the FOC cover for Jennifer Meyer. It's going to be a foil version. Void Rivals number 22. This one is a 1 in 25 by Stephanie Rue. And there's a 1 in 50 by Edge Curry. Immortal Legend Batman number 1. This one is a cover E 1 in 25 by Matt Taylor. It's got the Japanese writing on there. And then there's your cover A Dan Mora cover. Cover B Hamari. Green Lantern Dark issue number 6. Now, I think we talked about this at the top. Batman number 1. There's going to be a blind bag. It's going to have different covers by Jorge Jimenez, Andy Kubert, Aja, Quietly, Del Otto, Scott Campbell, Tedesco, Jim Lee, Silvestri, Art Germ, Jorge Jimenez, on and on. But the two big ones, Jim Lee won a 500, and Jorge Jimenez won a 1,000. That's going to be the chases. I forget how much bags cost. Is it $6.99 or something like that? But once again, yeah, if we can definitely hit me up. I'm I am selling these at freaking crazy freaking prices because I got a quota that I got to freaking. And I think these are one of the books that's going to freaking help me get there. So definitely hit me up or freaking just go to the site and see what's up. Yep, there's your J. Scott Campbell for Batman number 1. There's the Stanley Archer. Here's your Jorge Jimenez, and that's a 1 in 1,000. All right. I guess because it's kind of like a Nightwing type deal. All right, moving on to Expecting the Unexpected. This one is a trade paperback, but it's written by Ronda Rousey. Illustrated by Mike Diodato. Absolute Wonder Woman number 11, Derek Chu. And there's your 1 in 25 by Otto Smith. New book on issue number 2, Ancestral Recall. The other one, which was like the cover A, was absolutely freaking terrible, but this one is all right. Crackhead surrounded by butterflies, my type of weirdness. This one is a J Hero Unlockable. Back to Batman number 1. This one is the Delato. Green Lantern number 26, David Patori or Parator. Harley Quinn issue number 53. Just David Nakayama. He just keeps putting out good stuff, and it's just overflowing the market. Mr. Terrific Year One, Dan Mora. I know a lot more people have been interested in Mr. Terrific ever since the movie came out. And then Superman number 29, Dan Mora. Actually, I've been reading it, and story's been interesting so far. Greg Smallwood for a Terrific Year One. Actually, makes him look cool. And then Justice League Unlimited number 10, 125 by Matt Clark. I like this one. I like how they integrated a lot of the characters. They're in there, but they're not on there. They're in back screen. Kind of like that. Harley Quinn issue number 53, Paquette. Um, Justice League Unlimited, Nate Zerdy for issue number 10. Then this one is the Roger Lynn. I haven't seen her in person in a while.
Anime.
Yeah, yeah. She's got like a bunch of stuff in like Webtoon that she's trying to get off the ground, but
That's what it
but
is. The webtoon.
yeah,
That's what it looks like.
yeah. People, she didn't find any success until she actually started doing these covers, and it was like in between her and Maria Wolf, and all of a sudden, because I literally was talking to these girls, I was like, hey man, so, maybe just try covers, and they tried it, and they've been blown up. So that was the end of that stuff. Now, very quickly, we're not going to go to all the new releases because it's Sunday
This
and I'm
sold out.
sold out on Midtown supposedly. Gwenpool, the Ricky Yagawa.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah. This one has sold out before, but it looks like they got a redistribution. And I've actually been checking on eBay for the stuff that's coming out this week. This one has sold out the most. The Ben Harvey for Captain America because it's supposed to be Dave Colton slipping in as David Captain
Yeah,
America
the new
on the
cap.
cover. Right. So um, grab him while you can if you want to. I've got quite a few copies that I can get off. So but just keep an eye on this one. Don't get taken by surprise on this one. Stranger Comics has Fortress issue number 1. There's no surprise on this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 9. This one is J. Scott Campbell. Kind of surprised that it did sell at this price at 121 because I know there's going to be quite a few out there. I'm also shocked that at the One World on Doom, J. Scott Campbell sold out. And I'm talking about the trade dress. Trade dress sold out. Then also Superior Avengers number 5 to David Baldion. And last one, this one has had numbers all over the place. This one had sold out on Midtown earlier, but it's now back as well as on eBay. It's been doing some absolutely fantastic freaking numbers. Absolute Superman number 10, the Gerald Peril, and I think it might be because there's lightning and all kinds of crap coming from Superman's hands. That's why people might be interested. Usually we only get black comic book characters that got lightning and everything. But yeah, hey Spidey, you wanted to talk about Spider-Man.
No, I seen you had talked. You had spoke about it, Spider-Man '94 and stuff like that coming out.
Well, we can still talk about it. How do you feel about? Because we just had X-Men '97, right? The cartoon that came out a little while ago. How do you feel about them trying to revive Spider-Man '94?
I'm with it. I mean, listen, look behind me, man. This is all Spider-Man '94. The Venom, the comic. Like I've been a Spider-Man '94 fan. When X-Men '97 came out and he had his appearance, all you saw was the response. At least I saw it online and whatnot from most comic collectors and shit. They were like happy about it, like in the sense of let's do a show. Of course, no show announcement. We get this comic thing so we can find out what happened to Mary Jane at the end and literally get a conclusion to that story. But I think it'd be good if they revived the show, the same way. Because
Yeah,
I mean, most of us are in that age range. I'm 45, so most of us in that age range to where we were in high school, whatever, watching this after school, watching it
yeah,
on Saturdays, and it's like, okay, bringing it back, I think it would have the same effect to an extent. I mean, Spider Man is the most popular character, for Christ's sake. I don't see why that friendly neighborhood Spider Man with the black Norman Osborn. In the beginning, everyone hated it off of the visuals and the switching. But once everybody watched it, you see what happened to the secondary, all the comic, the first issue blew up. Everybody went back to go look for it. By the time the show aired, it was already on like issue 2 or 3. So
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it'd be good. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm an old head myself. My cartoon was Spidey and Friends, with Firestarter and Iceman and
No,
shit.
listen, listen, listen. I'm in between two worlds in the age I'm in. I have an older brother, so my introduction to Spider-Man was my older brother, and it was Spider-Man and his friends. I remember vividly the CBS Saturday morning block with that. Then you'd have the Hulk come on after, and then you'd have like the Smurfs and shit. I remember that vividly, but I between the comics. It's 1991, 92.
Mhm.
It's Mark Bagley on Spider-Man. Venom's introduced. Carnage. Then a couple years later, we get the show. It was just a synergy that just made that my show. But I still hold Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Firestar and Iceman. Hearing Stan Lee's voice. It's so funny. It's too. It's like I seen one of those episodes. Me and my brother were talking, and we were talking about the episode, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, the episode came on, and he was like, yo, he got choked up when he heard Stanley's voice because we heard it so much as kids. And I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I was like, I grew up hearing that man's voice over all these shows. So, but the '94 is still my go-to though. I mean, I watch that shit getting there like every week with my son.
yeah. So that's another thing we get to enjoy with our freaking kid, which is amazing. Um, One last thing to talk about is Eyes Wakanda, man. Have you been able to watch it yet?
I just literally I had it queued up, and then I seen the text when you said 2:30, and I was like, all right, let me get the. I was doing shit in the backyard on the grill, so I was like, let me get that situated. Hop on here with you, and as soon as we get off, I got one rolled and ready. I'm gonna watch all 4 episodes.
Yeah,
You can you can spoil it if you got to, but I like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I heard
because
it was incredible.
wife has got the grill open for me too. So I mean, there's no, I don't do fuck spoilers like that. I haven't even watched all the episodes, but I do. I will say, it's not what I was expecting, but it's still good because it is talking about more about the intelligence operatives of Wakanda, but it doesn't say, hey, during the 60s, 70s, 80s. No, they're going way back in time, so like
Yeah,
Achilles
I heard it goes to like BC and stuff like that. Like it spans a nice time jump.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure about where they're going with it right now. Like, but it will be interesting because we've always been tracking that it came from space, and then that's how the continents all of a sudden became more technologically advanced and everything. So I feel like they've got a point that they're going to, um, but um, I would like them to also touch on the is it the white? Not isn't the white adamantium? Might be the white adamantium. I think it's called. No, white vibranium. Yeah, the white vibranium. If they
Oh,
get
okay.
touching that, that'll be freaking me out amazing because that's where Kazar is from as well. And they got one of the old Iron Fists and everything. So it's good. It's good. Like I put it on in a freaking background. Like, oh, this is gonna be some background, and then all of a sudden I'm into it. I'm just like, okay, what the heck is going on? You got I can't my boy Achilles on there. What the fuck is going on? So it's actually I do like it because it does have some educational stuff in there for freaking kids so they can see the context. Um, but it's good, man. Freaking, I can't wait to. I think I've already watched at least the second episode. Can't wait to see the next one, man. Um, but that's it, man. Freaking, we got in and out in less than a freaking hour, man.
Oh, real quick, what you
Yeah,
think of the Spider-Man suit? The Tom Holland reveal, all that stuff. The last couple 24
I
hours.
have I have not seen it. I have
Oh,
not
you
seen it.
haven't? No
No,
wonder you didn't. Okay, no wonder you didn't talk about it or lead with it. Yeah, man, Luke, there's a whole bunch of trailers. Tom Holland revealed a new Spider-Man suit. They revealed pictures from the set. They showed the tank. They got the Inner Demon logo, so we know Mr. Negative is in the movie. They confirmed Hulk is in the movie. You can guess that. Oh, the Scorpion's in the movie as well. And we still don't know who the daughter's playing, but I'm assuming it's gonna be Mayday Parker, like everybody thinks.
Okay. Well, we'll see, man. Freaking, I can't wait till it freaking comes out. I've been more concentrated on the stuff that's out now.
Of
I
course,
just
of course.
saw.
Since it was Spider-Man Day yesterday, they revealed everything.
Uh,
Spider-Man has his little anniversary
well,
on
see
August
that, but
1st.
see that's weird, right? Because at the end of the month, you're supposed to be having the Disney 25 event down in Florida.
Yeah,
So for
yeah,
them
that's
to,
something different though, Lucas. Spider-Man's still under Sony, so they're still gonna run with what their program is, even if Marvel got other shit lined up. That's why Marvel don't really represent him like that. You notice that he don't really be the flagship when it comes to the movies and stuff like that, as he should be. But when he comes out, they represent him. But yeah, when it was Spider-Man Day, Sony was the first one that released the trailer, and then Marvel did, and then they
yeah,
released one yesterday of him, Tom Holland walking in the suit, and the mask is off and stuff, and you can see the raised emblem. It's a bigger emblem. He got the web shooters on, and it was cool. And then they released pictures, I think yesterday, of him clear as shit in the suit, meeting fans and stuff like that. So
okay. Well, I can't wait to see that, man. Ghetto Head Production says there is no Spider-Man
yeah,
fatigue.
never, no such thing as Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, look, because we've always talked about like superhero fatigue. I don't think there was superhero fatigue. There was bad
It was bad
superhero
movies.
project,
Yeah, it was just
bad
bad
movies.
movies.
And we were just tired of bullshit. And then prices were rising, and the product that was coming out was even worse. Says they started filming a new Spider-Man movie. It won't be out till 2027. Jeez. But you know what, man? Freaking, they've got all types of other stuff between Eyes of Conda and then they've been really doing really well with some of the video games. Um, so
Oh yeah,
I've been
I say
engaged, right?
once again that Marvel Rivals got my son hooked. That got him and his little crew, his little friends, man. They be on the mic, mobbing up, and yo, he be on that shit Lucas for like hours, man. And they love it too. And like he's a comic book guy because he's my son, but his friends, they just now started reading comics
Mhm.
because they wanted to know who the characters were. You know what I'm saying?
See,
And
but
when the
see,
Rivals books came out, the only thing I said was read these, and then they started going to buy all the facsimiles. I give them
mhm,
credit. They went and got the facsimiles. Like they got the Fantastic Four facsimile for them. They got the man named Punisher. They got that one, the 87 one. So it was cool for them to ask questions about the comics. But prior to that, they didn't have no fucking interest. All they knew was the movies. All they
yeah.
knew was the
See,
movies.
but Marvel kind of messed up, man, because they should have had something like a code or something inside the books
Yep. My son said
that would have been beneficial to somebody that's playing the game, like some code, like, hey,
that.
okay,
Of course.
because they're skins. Like I get it, but like some type of just there's hey, I put this code in and now I can just move just a little bit faster. I can spit a little bit faster or do whatever, man. Just whatever, man. Just to make sure people go back to the freaking books because this is where it's all supposed to freaking start, man. Because otherwise, people are just gonna be pissed off and want you to concentrate more on the video games than the books. And this is but the books are where they come from. So.
It's the same thing too, like with the movies. The one thing I give, what's their name? I give DC credit for. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it possibly might have been before Superman. When the movie was coming out, movies they were advertising comics with the movie. It was DC for sure because it was on the DC app. They were advertising comics with the movies, and I was like, yeah, how come Marvel don't do that shit? Like, how come they literally do not sit there and say, hey, we're doing Deadpool and Wolverine? By the way, here's some books with Deadpool and Wolverine. You can go read these, even if it isn't for the floppy. Fuck it, sell a trade paperback. Make people go to Barnes and Noble or whatever. Just I don't know why there's never been a thought from editorial to be like,
Well,
let's have
so
synergy.
so we're gonna see it, right? Because what I've heard is that DC and Marvel are going to make it more concerted effort to put their books back into the bookstores, right? People don't realize that the the comic book stores have had a monopoly, so to speak, on all the comic books. But now they're gonna start pushing them out to the bookstores. And not talking about
Yeah,
those bundle bullshits, right? That you saw at fucking Walmart. I'm talking about the ad. But the thing, because here's the thing that took the bookstores out of it was they tried to play not the retailer exclusive game. right? And it went bad for them because nobody was buying that shit. The art was terrible. Nobody was buying that shit. But they're gonna try and push it back out and see what freaking happens. So
Yes, I
let's see.
seen a report that said newsstands are coming back. So I mean that should be interesting anyway. Though it should spike the market because collectors are gonna try and be like, oh, I got this newsstand.
Yeah. Derek Neiman says you should put a stack of free comics in the lobby of every movie theater. Kids only, no flippers. Well, you know what? What you could do, you as a private citizen, right? No, if you have an Alamo close to you, you can. There's nothing that's saying that you can't fucking find a table. Just put big white box, long box, and just say, "Hey, free for kids" on the shit and see what happens, right?
You talk
And
to the
then
manager. No,
yeah.
like Marvel should have something.
Well, you know what? Because in my Alamo, there's people that putting shit out all the freaking time. They just, as long as it's not fucking like pornographic or anything, people are putting shit out all the time. So we'll see. But, sir, I appreciate you for hanging out with me and freaking making it not so freaking
Nah,
lonely.
no doubt, Lucas. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I caught it. It was just synergy. Looked at the phone, seen the 2:30. I was like, "Oh, I'm done. Let me cut the grill off." You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I want to make sure you get back to your grill, man. Get them dogs, man, because
I'm not.
you don't want to get Mrs. getting pissed off, man.
As long as you know one thing, if it was a black kid or a Spanish kid, they know how to eat some burnt food.
But man, once again, it was amazing. Thank you, everybody, to everybody that freaking listened. I didn't expect that many people to stop by and listen to us, but yeah,
Shout out to everybody
amazing.
that stopped by.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, have a great freaking Sunday, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
For each man his time, his pain, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along life's arm within his reach. I haven't needed the one.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken